Good afternoon, everybody. This is Christy. I am the Intimate Warrior. Today is October 27th, and I am doing this video for tomorrow, October the 28th. Tomorrow, the moon will be in Aries. Now, I want to explain what this means. Although, when I talk about the moon in a specific sign, if you are born under that sign, you are being enhanced particularly by this very moment. This is when your seed, your sacred seed, is being either released or amplified. And this all begins with our sexual energy. And I talk about the sexual energy again. When we are able to harness it by mindfulness, awareness, and living from the heart, we begin to harness our sexual energy and use it for what it was made for, creation. But just because you are not born in the sign of Aries or any of the other signs that I have been talking about here lately, it doesn't mean you're not being enhanced, because we are. We all flow with the movement of the moon. We all flow with the movement of 12 astrological signs. They all reside within us. And when we understand that concept, and if we are having a situation or an upgrade associated with it, you are better able to understand what's taking place. So, Aries represents the cerebrum, and this is the entire brain area. Although Aries is also associated with the pineal gland, we're going to stick with the cerebrum. And because it is governed by the planet Mercury as well. I'm just trying to get to my page here. Before I begin with Mercury and its importance, it is a fire sign, the ram's horns. And we also see the ram's horn again, like I said, in other videos, and you also know this. This is the depiction of the third eye. The Aries ram's horns is associated with the ventricles of the brain that outline. And so going to Mercury. Mercury, we all have these elements within us. It is a metal, it is a liquid, and it conforms to the surface of whatever it is placed upon, like a mirror reflects. And that is what this element, the associated planet and the element associated with Aries, does. It's changeable, it's persuasive, it's a liquid, and it has the ability to reflect light. Now, we are at that time where we have been allowing the spinal fluid, the sacred secretion, the CFS to flow, because we have allowed the elements of fire and water to already begin rising within us, to allow it to become crucified, which means to intense in power, to create more flow within our brain. When this flow within the brain begins to decrease, and it does throughout our aging process, or we have been told that it does throughout the aging process, the brain begins a slow death. The sacred secretion, the spinal fluid oil, is so important to the illumination process. But only through life, which is a reflection of love, can the spinal fluid function properly. If we have a blockage within our chakras, if we have pain in our heart, if we have a limited mind, it stops the flow of creation. That's what Christ said. Those who follow him shall have everlasting life. And so all of this is leading up to this blue moon that we are about to experience on Halloween. And I wanted to go ahead and make a video about that, but this one comes first because there is a process to getting it. And we are leading up to Taurus again in this blue moon, and I'm going to make a separate video, of course, to explain that. And this one is going to be simple and really brief here. The Aries is always going to be associated with our complete crown area because, again, we can allow the process of illumination to fill our brain, and then upon this filling of the brain, it can move forth in an illumination process. Illumination, not elimination, to illuminate and give us light. So that is what I have been already observing in my inner mind already. I've been having brief moments of intense light fill my inner vision. I hope you've been experiencing that. This is an indication that the fluid is beginning to flow. It is doing what it's supposed to do. And keep in mind, there has been so many other steps in between. We create one activation from within. We hop to another. We link those processes together, and it creates the overall outcome. There's not just one step to get here. There's many. So regardless if someone tells you you have to do this to raise the holy seed, the sacred seed from within, and they might give you 5 steps. It's got to go from, it has to be released. You have to stay within the alignment with love. It goes up the spine. It becomes crucified. It ignites the brain. And then you see it's more than just 6 steps. There are probably, there's an unlimited amount in between every step until you get to the final outcome. I've been working towards this right here since the beginning of my awareness 2 years ago, of the awareness of my awakening process. God hurried up and he guided me to this, raising the Christ oil. He hurried up and guided me to other videos, other people who are already experiencing this and writing books about this. And I had no clue, but it resonated within my heart. I said, yes, this is what the Bible is talking about. This is the holy baptism. This is the resurrection. This is being transformed. This is being, this is what it means to be light and to see with a clear vision, and to be Christ-like. This is it. But 2 years. And although when I was back there, that time frame, I never thought I'd get here. But I have dedicated my everyday breath, my everyday breathing, which means I'm doing this a lot, 24/7, 365 for 2 years. Of course, in the beginning, I had lots of fear, lots of breakthroughs to go through. But now, even when I'm sleeping, I'm communicating. I am praying. I am being grateful. And something that although I've just now come to terms of understanding it, I have been thinking about this for a couple of weeks now. And it's been more like appreciating of the ground I walk on. It's more of, are you doing enough? Are you giving enough? Are you being enough for the overall greatest experience? And now we're at this time because I placed a video today about the void vortex, the 0 point energy field. That this connection, that center point where the energy field kind of is circulating over and over again as if it were a figure 8, continuously moving and moving and moving, creating a never-ending infinity sign. You are sitting in the middle of that, and it's connecting from your crown to your heart, to your feet, to the earth. Because here, on this earth plane, we are grounded here. We are living within this materialistic reality. In order to combine with God, our creator, source, whatever you call it, to the earth, we have to understand our relationship with this reality and appreciate it. So we are learning this lesson, integrating this at this time as well, while allowing the integration of the entire brain to function properly now, which is going to lead us to another point here in a few more days with this full moon. So I hope this resonates with you. And this wasn't a lot of information here. I kept it as simple as I can. You're probably feeling lots of burning in the upper spine. It's going to be everywhere, really, because we are making a link up here, a full body link up. But especially in the back of the neck, radiating to your crown now. This might be, I like to call it cool burning. Yet you're sweating, but you're cold, but you're hot. Like Bengay makes you cold, makes you feel hot at the same time. And this is not limited to this area. You're probably experiencing some burning within the ovary section, because as there is an above, there is a below. Again, and Aries also, again, is associated with, because of the shape now of the ram's horns, also is a representation of the womb. And you may be experiencing, and I had meant to make a separate video about this, and I still may do so. But the link up, again, because we're linking in our central section here. This is that middle pillar that I have been talking about as well, within the two pillars of mercy, justice and mercy. of King Solomon's temple. This is the middle pillar. When we are united, centered in love, we are within that neutrality. Love, light, allows us to see everything for what it is without becoming something that is the opposite of love. But yet it still keeps us neutral. It's like you can have an experience that it could be traumatic for other individuals, but now you have become an observer. That negative experience to others becomes a lesson for you, and you can still nurture in the form of love. You can still take it as a form of love for yourself and give it as a form of love to others. This is Christy. Much love, health, and healing your way. I am bringing purpose to your life. Take care.